What should we call ourselves?
The Paddington Bears.
Davilly.
Davilly?
The Davilly Podcast.
Davilly. I like the Davilly Podcast.
Davilly. All right.
Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit.
Hello.
Doing your vocal sounds.
Rolls off the tongue. It's my vocal exercises for the day. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's how you get a proper singing voice.
Exactly. If you're not singing like that, you're not really singing.
This is true. This is true. All right. So what was the topic that we decided on for today?
Is cereal considered a soup?
Is cereal a soup? What kind of cereal?
I'm going to go Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Wow. Throwing it back.
They were having a sale. 2 boxes for the price of one.
Did you buy it?
I would be a fool if I didn't.
Ooh, talk about coupon time. Here we go.
And it was the family value size. So like they have your normal size, and then there's like maybe adds 10 more pieces of cereal in there.
10 more pieces,
yeah.
And they triple the price.
Basically.
Make it look like a deal. Man, those marketing guys are wizards.
Can't go wrong for $3.50 for 2 boxes of cereal.
$3.50 and feeding the whole family. Man, oh man, what a dealio.
The wife don't eat that. That's just all me.
So what's going on with the almond milk? Are you a fan of the almond? What is your favorite milk? We got the almond, we got the soy, and we got the cow. And the goat.
The goat I won't touch because that tastes like you're drinking like some hair.
Drinking hair.
Like if it's not fresh goat milk, it kind of feels like there's a hair tickling it. Like
some hairy milk. I don't think I've ever had hairy goat milk before.
You're not living.
Yeah. Oh man.
Then when it comes to the nut-based stuff, the nut-based milk, I don't know.
Like almond milk.
Yeah.
Do they have like peanut milk and walnut?
They have. I think they have oat milk now.
Do they? I think I've seen that. Those healthy people eat it.
Yeah. It's good. But it doesn't give me the whole satisfaction of like, hey, I just had a cup of milk. Like if say you eat something really hot and you have some like almond milk or cashew milk, it doesn't give that whole entire same. It doesn't coat your mouth like say regular milk does.
Yeah, it's like thin.
Exactly.
It's like thin. It's oaty though.
It is.
Oaty
yo.
Then Captain Jack Sparrow over here.
Then when people buy it, or at least when I buy it, I usually get the flavored stuff too.
Flavored oat milk.
Yeah. So
what kind of flavors?
The blue one. So I think that's vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla flavored oat milk.
I could see that being kind of good. Vanilla and oat in a liquid form.
It's like a dessert.
It's a dessert, but it doesn't give you that like wholeness that that like actual milk has.
Exactly. It doesn't have the fat in it. The fat.
So it's thin.
It is. It compared to like regular milk, like when I get like milk,
fat-free milk.
I don't get.
Or like 1%.
Skin milk.
Okay.
Skin milk is like.
I think that's 2%.
Is that 2%? I thought no.
1%, 2%.
It goes whole 2% and skim.
No, there's one. I think there's 1%.
No way.
There's one. It's You know what? We should really consult a milk expert.
I know, right? Oh, Google.
Right? Use the lifeline. Is that your final answer?
Milk percentages.
All right, we're going to look this up.
Milk.
What are the different variations of milk fattiness? We're on Google because Google knows everything.
You know, you were right.
Yeah, there we go. What is that? 2%? What is 3.25%?
That's whole milk.
What's this, fractions? Is that pie?
Apparently.
Get some pie milk, pun intended.
There's a photo that goes along with it. But yeah, 3.
That looks like the periodic table of elements.
No, that's a periodic table of dairy.
I didn't know. There we go. Learning something new every day.
Exactly.
So, is cereal a soup? That was the question of the hour. I think that it is, because anything that you eat with liquid and also a spoon and also some type of solid item, I think could be considered a soup. Prove me wrong.
I think a soup is a product that you have to have like either a vegetable or a
vegetable soup.
Like the broth. The broth.
There has to be. So what you're saying is
you can't just put water inside of a cup and put ice in it, then you're drinking a soup.
Well, they do have something called ice soup.
Yeah?
They do.
Really?
It's a thing.
I know you
No, it's like a soup. It's not a real thing, but it's a thing.
Huh.
It's like if you're super unfortunate enough to not have money for food, it's ice soup. I don't know if it's a real thing, but I have heard people talk about it before. But so what you're getting at, are you saying that in order for it to be considered a soup, it has to be cooked? Because you said broth, and you don't get broth without cooking some type of bone or some type of meat or something.
Yes, I would say it would have to be a cooked product with some sort of brothy base, and then anything else that goes inside of it would be whatever.
Yeah, okay, so...
That's just additives.
So what about when the cereal soaks in the milk and creates cereal broth, but there was no heat added? Well, so is that a broth? Is the leftover milk after the bowl of Fruity Pebbles is over, is that Fruity Pebble broth?
Well, if you're going to ask that, I'm going to answer your question with another question right now.
Okay.
Let's say you have a Rocky Road ice cream, and you put the bowl down, you go to the restroom, and you come back. It's kind of a warm day. Mm-hmm. Your Rocky Road ice cream is now melted, but yet you're left with marshmallows and the nuts, and I think there's chocolate chips in it. Is that considered a soup now? I
think it could be. It's very soup-esque. It's very soupy.
Soupy. So is this any liquid that is in a bowl with stuff in it?
Well, that's not broth because there was nothing. There was nothing had to soak and or was cooked in order to form that liquid.
Well, let's go with vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips, and the chocolate chips will start dissolving a little bit.
Okay, so like a frozen broth.
Yeah.
I think it is a soup.
So then on that case, I guess you would say it would be a soup, but I still think it would have to be cooked.
Cold. It's a cold soup.
Yeah.
It's a chunky cold.
Cold soup.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
That's something I want to eat now.
Some chunky cold soup up in his house.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, agree to disagree.
I could poke a hole in my theory, though.
Do it.
Buttermilk soup.
Buttermilk soup. Why?
Because all it is just hard-boiled eggs and grated cucumber inside buttermilk.
Grated eggs. No. What did you say?
Grated egg, like grated hard-boiled egg.
Grated hard-boiled egg.
Grated cucumber.
Uh-huh.
And you just pour buttermilk over it.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
It's actually really good.
I've never eaten it before.
You never had it?
Why would you put butter in milk and drink it?
It's more like a tangy taste.
That's gross. That tastes like one of those things when you're a little kid and your grandma's like, here, drink this. And you're like, what is it? And they're like, don't worry about it. It's good for you.
Actually, if you have heartburn or if you're lactose intolerant, it's good for you on that.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
So I guess the nutrition fact of the day is buttermilk is good for heartburn.
Exactly. It is actually good for heartburn.
There we go.
I'm going to have to bring you some akoshka and...
Koshka, that means cat in Russian, doesn't it?
Not koshka, akoshka.
You're going to bring me a koshka.
Akoshka and akut. And so you can enjoy a traditional...
So there you have it. David has just released critical information stating that if you drink a koshka, your heartburn will indeed go away.
Facts. That happens to my dad. He drinks the buttermilk.
You got to drink the koshka milk.
Oh, no. If it has nipples, you can milk it.
For those of you that don't know, koshka means cat in English. So, all right. Well, I think that pretty much takes us to the end of the conversation.
Yeah, that would. So cereal is a soup.
Cereal is it?
No.
Okay, so cereal. I think cereal is a soup. David thinks cereal is not a soup, but we both agree that ice cream is a soup.
Yes.
And apparently drinking kitty milk makes your heartburn go away, which could be a soup, I guess, if you eat it with a spoon.
Exactly.
Hopefully it's not too chunky.
Oh, you never answered your question in the beginning. What kind of milkman are you?
Milkman.
Yeah, are you the dairy, the nut, milk?
I am the milkman dropping off the bottles because it's the 1900s.
Or do you like that goat milk?
I'm definitely partial toward fat-free milk for 95% of applications when I do drink milk. However, over the last few years, I've been definitely skewing my preferences more toward almond milk. Although I did make macaroni and cheese with almond milk one time, and it was the vanilla flavored one that was sweet, and I was like, no, this is going to be fine. It wasn't fine. It was. I had to put so much garlic in there to try to cover up that vanilla, and it was just terrible.
I was gonna say, what's your preference when it comes to your almond milk? Do you like the plain vanilla?
Didn't answer that, did I?
No.
So by itself,
Because that says a lot about you and your personality.
This will define the type of character that I am, the type of person that I am. Mm-hmm. Am I a good person? It's all on the line.
It's all on the line.
Last question, $4 million.
What kind of almond milk do you like?
That's fantastic. Can I phone a friend?
Call Maria, see what happens.
Right? No, I want to say if I had to pick one, I'd say probably vanilla. The sweetened vanilla one is my favorite, but you can't really drink it. We're making a podcast on my phone.
What kind of milk do you like?
What kind of milk do you like?
Wet.
Huh. And
that I agree. That's probably better than dry.
Have you had condensed milk? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it's actually called dry milk.
Was it really?
Powdered milk, not dry milk. Powdered milk.
There's actually powdered milk?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest in the studio.
Yeah, I heard a couple of
The famous
over
Nick
here.
Federoff has decided to join us.
And I just wanted to see what was going on.
Master Gardener talks about milk.
Powdered milk.
Powdered milk.
Yeah. Powdered milk actually isn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't have a expiration date on it like regular milk.
Huh.
Keep it for a longer period of time, and you just mix it with water. I think it was originally developed for the astronauts, people who go up on a rocket ship to the moon.
Oh, that's what my dad calls me when I drive off in my van. He calls me a space cadet.
Ah, show him your powdered milk. Continue on, because you guys are scaring me.
There we go. Well, we could get him after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you podcasting to right now?
We're podcasting.
It's a trial run.
Yeah, that's a trial. If it goes well, we're going to use the good stuff.
Oh.
You could be a guest.
I can give you.
Be a guest.
I can give
I
you.
gotta come back again and talk about powdered milk.
We'll have to schedule it on the appointment. See what calendar days I have open.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to win a Razzie.
Pretty packed this week. Yeah, so vanilla milk, vanilla almond milk.
How very white of you.
That's if you are sipping it as a standalone item. If you're going to be using it for any other purpose, I'd say the flavorless, unsweetened milk. And there's one exception to my milk preferences, and that is if you are drinking hot chocolate, you are a true monster unless you use whole milk. That is what I will end with.
That's so good. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to milk. I was born on the dairy, and I'll die on the dairy.
Born in the dairy.
It's a traditional whole milk.
I was born on the dairy up McDonald's farm. I went to... Anyway, that's not a real song.
No, but I was going to start slapping my knee to it.
Right. There we go.
Oh, shiznix. That was funny.
Good stuff.
Huh. That says a lot about your dad, too.
But the powdered milk?
He's very old-fashioned.
Is this still part of the podcast? Or are we just talking about stuff?
No, that's just... Oh, yeah, it's still on.
It's still on. We could turn it off. We have to end it, though. We have to officially end it if we turn it off.
How are we going to end it?
I don't know. We can end it with whatever you want.
Well, they can't see me do my special dance.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
There we go.
Oh, man.
I'm good with that. Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
That's all right. I don't know if I can take it seriously.